Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to the video. This is my first video discussing Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 13. And since this is my first video for this channel making this video, my name is Navi. Welcome to the channel, and if you guys do end up enjoying the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment down below what you guys think about the video. If you guys enjoy it, will you guys be coming back, and all that good stuff. Alright, let's do it. So let's get started. So I wanted to start the video trying to confirm a couple things that people have in the fandom have been discussing, such as the awakening of the new Shinju, as well as them being able to use their claw marks and just teleport, back and forth from where they were. That obviously we've seen that when Hidari. There were a couple people like trying to figure out if only a select few were able to do this. All the Shinju can actually use the claw marks on each other or on the floor. Wherever the hell there is a claw mark, they are able to use it. So another thing that was on the mind of the community is if Orochimaru was a part of training Boruto. So far that we all seen, Boruto was reverse summoned by Koji into one of Orochimaru's old abandoned hideouts. So this means that we actually don't know yet if Orochimaru could be affected by omnipotence. My guess is that he is, and they just use the hideout, and they have, unless Orochimaru has some surveillance over all his old hideouts, which I think he would. I feel like Orochimaru might have that type of tech that allows him to sense if anybody's in his other hideouts. You know what I mean? So far, Kaijin Koji is just lets us know that figuratively and physically and just DNA wise, he's just built different. Like this man on all levels, he was just better and just created better than Jiraiya himself. When reverse summoning Boruto, he let him know that they are in one of Orochimaru's abandoned hideouts and that he coded the whole hideout in genjutsu. And you're probably wondering, well, there's no way he's better. Oh, he is in all types of way better than Jiraiya. In one of the chapters, Jiraiya himself stated that he was not good at genjutsu and that was one of his weaknesses. One thing that was brought to light is the fact that Amato was kind of telling half-truths, or even partial truths. Or we don't know exactly what all his truths were, like what exactly he was either telling the truth about or what he was lying about. Even though he was telling Naruto all these things, some of them were the truths. So even though he was being kind of honest to Naruto, he was also omitting some information when he mentioned that all the cyborgs he modified every single cyborg with Shibai's He modified all the cyborgs with Shibai's cells, with the potential for all of them to unlock a Shinjutsu of Shibai's. Meaning that he purposely did this so that all of them could possibly unlock one of Shibai's Shinjutsus. Because Shibai was known for having a freaking utility belt of Shinjutsus. So by Amato making as much cyborgs as possible, he is heightening his chances of at least a few of them unlocking one of the Shinjus that Shibai had. So we finally get some answers on Kaijin Koji, figuring out how he even survived. So in the manga, Kaijin Koji states that he unlocked his Shinjutsu out of pure luck while he was at the brink of death. Although he felt fulfilled, although he felt like he was leaving the world with no regrets, like he did his job. At that moment, when he was ready to just let it go, he unlocked his prescience, or if you others call it, 10 directions. Koji gained the ability, and if you look up the definition, it's the ability of foresight. In this case, he was flooded with all the possible futures that he can, again, the future's not certain. All these futures can all collapse and none of them can be possible, and a new future can happen at any moment. So think of the 10 directions or prescience like a straight line, okay? And in this straight line, there's possible branches that can come out of the straight line. They're all sticking out. These are all timelines fighting for the main, that main straight line that we're going on, like that first road. We're on a straight road right now. Once one of those futures actually come to pass, all the other futures disappear at that moment. Now, Koji can try to help make that happen, but he said in a lot of those possible futures, everyone ended up dying anyways. So in one of the possible futures, Koji mentioned that Boruto and Sarada were both killed by Kawaki, which led to Code eventually creating a divine tree, because again, Code is still strong. He was still able to take out Kawaki, meaning that this led to the divine tree and an ending of the Boruto, manga as itself. That was it. That's the end. Ishiki wins. So I really enjoyed this chapter. Okay, this chapter was just jam-packed with so many freaking answers, with some questions obviously left that we just didn't know. And the community has just been theorizing about how the dude just delivered, man. After Koji and Boruto finished off their questioning, and analyzing each other they're just doing ninja stuff, making sure they can't trust each other fully, but they're trying to figure out what it is each other wants. Koji would eventually, let Boruto know that he's going to teach him all the techniques and ninjutsus he would eventually learn in the future now. Boruto, you know, being a sponge that he is, he was just in the panel, he was like, oh wow, new jutsus, that's crazy. And this would lead to Koji being his master, obviously, at some point, or at that moment, you know. Which, this is crazy because this already is going to be added into the already insane bag of tricks that he's already been taught to by the Chad himself, Sasuke. You know, shout out to Sasuke, you know, he doesn't deserve that, you know, we gotta free my boy. He didn't deserve to be in that tree, bro. He doesn't deserve it at all. So let's get into some of the surprises. Some of the surprises being the new Shinju that entered the fight, man. Okay, there's a small few that say this is Naruto because of the marking, but it's not possible. With him being still sealed in the Daikoku-ten, sorry, which wouldn't be the case with the whole point of Jorah being in the village, because he was looking for Naruto, which means he was searching for the signature of the Nine Tails, because Naruto at that point he thought Naruto had the Nine Tails, and which isn't true because Himawari has the Nine Tails. And as we all know, Kurama was reincarnated inside of Himawari, and I know that the possibility that the marks on his face would lead to people to believe it's Naruto. This is Baron mode, you know, marks that he usually has, but we all know, undoubtedly, actually I'm theorizing, but it looks just like him. If we put them side to side, I might put that in the video. I'm gonna put like a side to side of them. It's definitely Shinki. It's Gaara's adopted son. Like come on, unless this guy had a twin, IDK, who else would it be? So sometimes during this time skip, Shinki must have joined, you know, the Tree Huggers Club, and which took this long after the time skip. Maybe, who knows, it probably would have been like in the middle, but maybe it took a year for the Soul Thorn to actually create itself. So this would be the development of the new Shinju that would be added into the, you know, the roster of all the other freaking Shinjus. But we don't really know the ability, so we can't confirm if it's Shinki already, but come on, dude, you can look at his face, you can tell it's him. Now, we know that Jorah is a well-calculated character, okay? He's not just gonna just go all out of nowhere, obviously when he did with Himawari, because he was testing her strength. But he didn't even go all out. He only showed like a fraction of his power. If anything, I would say like 10%. So Jorah is smart, okay? He's calculated. He's constantly evolving. He's constantly learning. He's adapting to everything he does. While everybody's over here just playing checkers, you know, Jorah's on that, you know, 4D chess level thing. He's playing like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory, okay? He's just a logical freaking character at this point. Him leaving, you know, Boruto alive just leads to the fact that he wants to know who his informant is, because, who's that guy? Bug? Yeah, Bug the Shinju. Let him know that somebody knows about, you know, the tree. Somebody knows about the Soul Thorn, and there's no way that Boruto would have found that out himself, because he's never been to the, you know, the Shinju hideout. Unless, you know, where he was that other part where they were all jumped on him, but I don't think that was a Shinju hideout. That was Code's hideout, so that had nothing to do with it. So it was better off to leave Boruto alive. Leaving him alive basically led to him getting arrested. They have to figure out who his informant is, which is obviously at this point is Kaijin Koji. They need to weed out Kaijin Koji. They have to force him out of the shadows. So with this being said, obviously they needed to capture Boruto. They have him on the floor. He's already taking a sniper shot from the Biju. What would you call that? What would you call that shot? It's a Biju sniper shot. That's what I'm gonna call it. He took that Biju sniper shot to the almost near one of the organs. It hit one of his vital points, or it was like slightly off. Just for him to end up getting arrested by Konohamaru. They just wasted no time. Himawari, one of the things I want to mention right now before we get into the very ending part, Himawari's ability to adapt with Kurama's chakra, she's learning at a rapid pace, which obviously her and Boruto, you know, being able to learn things pretty fast it's not really a shocker. Her being able to heal that wound on Sarah just like that, that's crazy. And her being able to, she was about to heal Boruto, well, she's gonna heal him obviously, but they were able to put, you know, chakra dampening handcuffs. They were making it basically impossible for him to like pull a hand sign, because if the minute he gets to even use his hand sign, he's just gonna disappear. He's just gonna use the freaking flying thunder god, and he's already gone. So this will eventually play onto Jorah's plan, knowing that Kaijin Koji is gonna appear. He's gonna have to try to save Boruto, because Boruto is like, he's a canon event. You need him in that, just in that possible future, okay? And I'm not saying there's gonna be like multiple Borutos. Like I mentioned earlier, there is not gonna be multiple Borutos coming out like Avengers. This is not an Avengers Endgame type of deal. This is one line only. There's no splitting off and getting Borutos from different timelines. No. Once the future happens, all the other timelines disappear. That's one thing I wanted to clear, because everybody's like, oh my god, we're gonna get all these other timelines, we're gonna get all these different Borutos. It's not gonna happen, because that's not what Kaijin Koji said his future sight is like. Now, he also stated that the future that Boruto takes is also not the best future, but it's the one with the best possible outcome, which still ends up as one of the worst outcomes, okay? Well, this ended up leading into Jorah's, you know, favor with Boruto getting arrested and all that nonsense like that. we'll see what happens with the Toad disappearing and Koji realizing this is not a good thing, him being arrested. This wasn't a part of the plan. Who would have known that out of all the things, Jura would have like pulled out a condensed Bijudama? Like nobody knew that they could do that. But yet again, you know, Naruto's father created a miniature-sized, you know, Biju bomb, which is the Rasengan. So you could, there's just so much stuff going on. If Boruto can make a freaking Rasen Uzuhiko and create his whole body and clone it into the, you know, the Earth's chakra to make basically a full-bodied Rasengan with the Earth's chakra, anything's possible, I guess, at this point. But what do you guys think about my first video on this channel? If there is something that I'm missing, if there's something that you want to talk about, let me know in the comments down below. Do you feel like I explained it as good as possible for this chapter? Let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video.